Okay, so we're starting chapter 6.6, which is our last chapter for the course. Finding the vertex of quadratic functions. So we've got a couple of ways to do this. The first being by inspection. And this is if the graph is in the form, say, f of x is equal to x minus 3 squared plus 4. The vertex is at 3 and 4. Since this is right 3 up 4. Or if we've got, say, x plus 5 squared minus 7, the vertex is at negative 5 and negative 7. Left 3, that's where the negative 3, left 5, so that's where the negative 5 comes from, and then down 4, which is negative, down 7, which is negative 7. So if the function given is f of x is equal to x minus 2 squared minus 5, vertex is at positive 2 and negative 5 because it moved right 2, so plus 2, and then down 5, so minus 5. So vertex is at 2 and negative 5. That's if the graph is in the form where we can inspect it, and find the vertex. Okay, if it looks like this form, where it shows the left or right shift and the up and down shift. Now, if the graph is not in that form, we use a formula. Vertex formula. For standard form, here the h value of the vertex is given by the coordinate negative b over 2a, and the k value is the function substituted with the h value. So for example, if I have to find the vertex of f of x is equal to x squared minus 14x minus 5. Here a is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1, and b is negative 14. My formula, h is equal to minus b over 2a, which is minus negative 14 over 2 times 1. Minus and minus get plus, so this is 7. And the k value is the function substituted with 7, which is 7 squared minus 14 times 7 minus 5. 49 7 4 is 28, 717, and 29 minus 5. So 49 minus 98 minus 5 equals to negative 54. So the vertex HK is at 7 and negative 54. Find the vertex f of x is equal to negative 6x squared minus 12x minus 3. So a is equal to negative 6, b is equal to negative 12. H is equal to negative b over 2a, which is negative of negative 12 over 2 times negative 6. So this is positive 12 over negative 12, which is negative 1. The k value is substituting negative 1 into the original function. This is negative 6, negative 1 squared, minus 12 times negative 1 minus 3. So this is negative 1 squared is positive 1, so this is negative 6 times 1 plus 12 minus 3, which is negative 6 plus 12 minus 3. So this is 12 minus 9, which is 3. So the vertex HK is at negative 1 and positive 3. Use a calculator to find the vertex. F of x is equal to 1/4 x squared minus x plus 5. So what I'm going to do to find the vertex here is to graph this function. 1/4 x squared minus x plus 5 and graph it. Then we're going to ask the calculator to find the vertex. So to do that, I'm going to put in the key press functions on the bottom so you can see let's show the show key press. So you can see which ones I'm pressing. I need to clear this. Okay, so I have my graph here. And I'm going to ask the calculator to find the vertex. I press second, calculate, number 4, the minimum point. Sorry. Start over. Second, calculate the minimum point. Number 3, go slightly to the left of the vertex, press enter, then go slightly to the right of the vertex and press enter. And then press enter, and you can see that the minimum point is at 2 and 4. Notice that for this function, you can also find the vertex with the formula. H is equal to minus b over 2a, which is, here we have b is equal to minus 1 and a is equal to 1/4. So substituting in our formula, we have minus negative 1 over 2 times 1/4. So this is positive 1 over 1/2, which is equal to 2. And substitute into k. We have f substituted with 2 is equal to 1 over 4 times 2 squared minus 2 plus 5, which is equal to 1 minus 2 plus 5. Which is equal to 4. So this is by calculation without calculator. All right, now I'm going to go over 3 word problems with you. Arrow is fired into the air. HT is equal to negative 16 t squared plus 64, where h is the height in feet and t is the time in seconds. Find the maximum height. So we've got a quadratic function right here where a is equal to negative 16 and b is equal to, sorry, this is 64t, 64. So the h value of the vertex, they want the height, okay? This is the arrow, goes up to a height time t in seconds, and this is they want that height. They want this height. But in order to find that height, we have to find the vertex, the k value of the vertex. So h is minus b over 2a, which is minus 64 over 2 times negative 16, which is 64 over 32, which is equal to 2. So after 2 seconds, this arrow is at its maximum height. Now that height, we have to substitute into the original formula. Height at 2 seconds is negative 16 2 squared plus 64 times 2. So this is 16 times 4, negative 64 plus 128, which is 64 feet. This is the maximum height. This is 64. This is a question on Bob's watch repair. His cost is given by the function 3x squared minus 192x plus 68, where C is the cost in dollars and X is the number of watches repaired. The question they want us to answer is how many watches does he need to repair for minimum cost. So this graph is obviously turned that way because it's positive in front of x squared, and they want the k value here. That's the dollar amount. So A is 3 from our function. A is 3 and B is equal to negative 192. So the h value of the vertex minus B over 2A, which is negative of negative 192 over 2 times 3, which is 192 divided by 6, or 32. So this is telling us that, remember, this is x and y, okay? He needs to repair 32 watches. Bob needs to repair 32 watches for minimum cost. They're not asking you to find the cost. They're just asking you to find the number of watches. Last question. Projectile thrown upwards. So this is something like a ball that's thrown upwards. Formula given is ht is equal to negative 15t squared plus 390t, where h is height and t is time in seconds. After how many seconds is the height maximum? So that time is simply the h value of the vertex. Okay, because this is our ht, height, time in seconds, and that graph does this. And we're trying to find that time where it's at the maximum height. We call it time is equal to lowercase h here. So A is equal to negative 15, B is equal to positive 390. So negative 390 over 2 times negative 15, which is 390 divided by 30, which is what is that, 33? Sorry, 13 seconds. Okay, 3 3s, 9 3 1s are 3, so 13 seconds.